Hi, my beautiful twin souls. Thank you to all of my new subscribers and clients. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas for any future readings. I would love to make content that resonates with you. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to reunite with your twin. And I warn you, it can be a slow journey. But the point really is to find happiness for you without your twin first if you're in separation. And that ultimately is going to reunite you with Source, which is your true self, as well as your twin, which is you reflected. So if you're more curious about specific messages that your Divine Masculine has to say to you, please watch my last Divine Masculine Speaks video or book a reading of your own, and that's down in the description box below. Now to start this reading, we have the Divine Masculine represented here by Cupid, or the Prince of Arrows in this deck. And I love using the Lover's Path here because the twin flame journey really is an archetypal journey. So this deck makes it really easy to see where both twins are at. So Cupid, as we know, went around making people fall in love with each other. So your DM is likely in this wanderlust phase where he really doesn't want to meet anybody else or have any other kind of relationship, but in doing so is just so magnetic that he's attracting people right and left. So some of them may follow these urges to be like the player and really enjoy themselves at this time, but most are stepping into their purpose of bringing others into love. But as you can see in the next card here, we have Cupid and Psyche. So we have the myth unfolding and a grand awakening taking place. So Psyche, represented by the Divine Feminine, when he least expects it, he meets his true love on a mission to actually make her fall in love with someone else. He falls in love with himself. He falls in love, well, yes, but he falls in love with her. Now, those of us that are familiar with this story know that these two are meant for each other. It is the archetypal story of twin flames, so it's really amazing. They go through a separation as well. She doesn't know, actually, that he's a god, and when she finds out, she's already tried to kill him, egged on by her sisters who think this love is too good to be true. So it's really an indication that both of you are working through the core wound of feeling betrayed right now. Now, as the feminine card, you're represented here by Sacrifice, which is the story of Orpheus and Eurydice in reverse. I'll flip this over for you. So curiously, betrayal is mirrored here again. Orpheus goes down into the underworld to rescue his dead wife and just doesn't trust that she's going to be able to follow him out. And he looks behind him and loses her forever. Now, this is not a warning that this is going to happen to you because twin souls are together forever, whether in this lifetime or the next. And I've even met some twin souls whose twin has died and they're still communicating with them in a completely different realm. Where that realm is a total mystery. If you have any ideas, put that in the comments below. But anyway, so whatever this core wound is, you went through this period of despair about it as the feminine, but you're receiving signs from the universe that the bond is true and unbreakable. So you're beginning to trust Source again, and that at some point you're going to reunite. Lovely start to the reading. So since we've entered the age of Aquarius, we've had a lot more twin souls manifest. So if you're just now going through this journey, fear not. Know that contrary to popular opinion, it's not always blissful, but it is very rewarding. So a lot of these energies are triggering an ego death. Painful core wounds come up that make us sometimes act from our base nature. And for the feminine twin here, it's really a call not to be hasty, not use the intuition that comes up to be manipulative, to try to live more openly and honestly as the masculine is intended, whether or not they are doing so at this time. So our first lesson for reuniting is to live from this place of love. If we become the observer in our world and less reactionary about things we don't like, if we learn to listen to other people and discover what they really mean, and then maybe even forgive them for it, we can avoid these misunderstandings in the first place and the resistance that follows that later keeps us apart. Now, in our second row, represented by the Tarot of Sexual Magic, we have the Divine Masculine represented here by the Sun. We have the King of Pentacles in the middle and the Queen of Pentacles representing the Divine Feminine. So again, the masculines may be having fun right now, but rest assured, there is nobody out there who's going to usurp your connection. There's no one who is mentally or emotionally on his level but you. And for some masculines right now, there's this dreaming energy of you. They might be going out and doing these things. They might just be dreaming of reunion, not necessarily knowing how to get there. Because you see, we have the same number here in two different decks with two different meanings. Really cool. Now, you as the feminine, as you can see from this Queen of Pentacles card, you may have even also taken a lover or be in a karmic relationship right now. But your focus is more on money. How do I create prosperity for myself? How do I stand on my own 2 feet? And you can see here how even separation encourages each other to harmonize the masculine and feminine within. These traits of like, I'm independent, I don't need anybody to take care of me. That's a very masculine trait. So there's a lot of crossover. You see the Divine Masculine is favoring emotional intelligence, which for centuries, from the survival mechanism, he hasn't really had the time to prioritize. So this is also really good as well. Even if it's coming from that negative place where you're trying to prove to that person, like, I don't need you, good things can come out of this. And eventually we see that this is actually going to lead him to want to become the King of Pentacles, to want to become good enough for you or feel that he is your perfect match. So rule number 2 here about reuniting is learning to speak the other person's language. As the feminine polarity, embracing masculine instincts. As the masculine polarity, embracing feminine instincts. If we do this, then we understand the opposite polarity. We become one, we become more balanced, and eventually we become more whole. Whole within equals whole without. And reunion on the way. Now, our third row here indicates right now we have innocence representing the masculine, we have the creative representing the feminine, and the attraction of opposites in the middle. The cards don't lie, folks. It's insane how many synchronicities are flying around at this time. So it's likely that some of you are going to be touch and go for a while. By the time Uranus conjuncts Mars in a few days, on Inauguration Day, actually, the masculine is just going to have had this epiphany, most likely, that in order to move forward, he has to have a more trusting nature when it comes to you. He may be even embracing some kind of spiritual aspect, maybe yoga, or read more books on philosophy or spirituality, and possibly heal a childhood wound. But it's a great sign that he is moving towards you. Now, the feminine is activating the yang principle within her, as we were discussing in that second row, indicated here by the creative. And again, we see that very independent number 1 cropping up here again. It's a new beginning for the feminine. She's really enjoying herself right now, really enjoying the alone time. But she's also inspiring him and herself to channel challenges into creative solutions. And look, transformations occur here with the 44, which reduces to 8. So this is really amazing that by both of you doing this work, you're actually encouraging the ability to come together. Now, I always caution people, especially at the beginning of this journey, coming together when it's not officially time to reunite, and you'll know by where you are in this spiritual work, it might result in a sexual encounter. It might also just be a conversation where you both meet each other halfway. If you're of the mindset where you can just love and let love, then go ahead and reap the benefits of this blissful reunion. But if you know yourself and you're like, no, I don't give my love away for free, I'm really interested in loving somebody that will stay in the 3D physical sense, and I'll be really upset if that doesn't happen, then, maybe not to choose to go all the way here. That's not going to affect whether or not you stay together, and only you'll really know in your connection. So if you want more guidance on that, book one of my readings down below. It could be a one quick question or a full fleshed out spread, up to you. So my final way of thinking about reuniting and how to do that this week is to appreciate the person exactly as they are. Get out of this judgmental ego of how you want them to be and tell yourself 3 things you like about them. This could be early in the morning. It's also a really good gratitude practice for you. 3 things that you like about yourself. This place of gratitude is the place that yields more abundance and opportunities. So I hope this has helped you guys this week. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to my channel below. You can book a reading, like I said, in the description box. And other than that,